Previously on Tales of Arise, the party completed all their novice solo challenges, so the novice group battle had 2 mini-bosses for some reason. The party then challenged Almedria and her giant boss Zoogle, but Rinwell chose not to take revenge. This decision was rendered moot by Volran, who killed Almedria. Alphen's mask broke due to his sovereign powers, but this caused him to feel pain again. As a result, he couldn't withstand Shionne's curse of thorns and he failed to save her from Volran.
Niori. Shionne. Damn it.
Yeah, Double Demon Fang it is.
Double Demon Fang!
Oh shit. Aqua Laser.
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Flew away!
Whoa. Okay, seriously, I am kind of boned right now.
Double Demon Fang!
Where the hell is Law? Whoa.
Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine! Raining Double Demon Fang! Eat dirt!
Even his freaking...
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Good old reliable.
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Flew away! Raining
Man. Comboing is not going to be easy here.
Flew away! Raining slash! Flew away! Raining slash! Flew away! Right! It's on! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Flew away! Double Demon Fang!
Okay. Just kill them the extremely boring way. Yeah, it's not fun fighting by myself.
Alphen?
Rinwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right? Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlym. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganith Heros, Volran's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem. Luck?
If Volran's here, that means Shionne's close too, right?
Shionne? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Rinwell and Dohalim joined, okay. Retired Avenger. Got max AG? Oh, and Holy Lance, yes. A high-level light spell. We're not getting much SP at all.
We won.
Lemons. Astral Crystal. Mackerel. Tomato. What the?
Speaking of Thistlym, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Right eye patch.
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shionne.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dahna. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almedria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shionne. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shionne said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shionne I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shionne? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shionne Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dahna. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shionne? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shionne too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Party disbanded.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shionne's rescue? What do the others think?
I had to survive a lot of death around me to get to where I am now, both as a slave and on my way to this place. All I want now is to live the rest of my days in peace and quiet, so please, don't cause any trouble while you're here. Where the hell are we? I see all kinds of trees around here I don't recognize. Is there any hope for us at ever getting back to Mahag Sar? Oh wait, these were the sailors who were with us on that... Wait, is the bald guy there too, Mahavar? After that nasty shipwreck, I'm surprised I'm still alive. Seems there's been a big shipwreck. People and things keep washing in with the tide lately. Beef? The coastline up ahead is swarming with Zoogles. I won't stop you from going, but don't bring any of them back to the village. I tried looking everywhere for him, but I can't find Mahavar. Damn it, why do you have to be the only one to have to go down with the ship? Please, just lay some eggs already. I want to eat something other than fish for once in my life. The ranch doesn't let us get eggs from the chickens, though, does it? Weird. Are you one of those refugees from Calaglia? If so, I need to warn you about something. Our village is a secret. For everyone's safety, don't do anything that could attract any Renan attention, alright? It's extremely important. Good, I don't see anything here that's spoiling or poisonous. It's important we inspect everything we eat here carefully. There's no doctors or medicine here, so one wrong move and we'd be in trouble. Sea Bream. This village was founded by survivors who fled the regime in Calaglia. They left in search of a better life away from the repressive rule of the Renan and ultimately settled down upon here. It's been years since any more deserters have arrived from there, however. I'm not even sure how long at this point. What could have happened there that stopped the flow of people, I wonder? Are you outsiders? I've never seen anyone who's not from this realm before. Yeah, our grandpa told us never to talk to guys like you because you're scary and mean. One of the reasons why this is the perfect place to hide is because of the mountains surrounding here. They shield us from the Rena's eyes. But wouldn't they be able to spot you from land, I guess? I've never met any Dahnans before that didn't originally escape from Calaglia. You're not going to rat us out to Renan, are you? Just making sure. Surprised we're not treating Dohalim with suspicion, considering he is a Renan lord. Don't just take food without asking. Our crops are a vital resource that have to be shared with everyone here. This harvest looks like it's growing nice and healthy. These are going to taste great once they're ready to be eaten. Once you escape Calaglia, you have to cross through the marshlands, waterfalls, and forests before finally ending up here. The only thing left after that is oceans. There's nowhere else left to run, so if the Renans ever find us, we'll be in real trouble. You make it past through Shinefall Woods and then go past Orium Falls, you can see Calaglia out in the distance. Although just thinking about seeing that castle sends shivers on my spine, so it's not exactly a trip I recommend taking personally. We get by here mostly on fishing and what few fields we're able to cultivate in the village. Sometimes we hunt and forage for fruits in the forest too. That's a risky proposition, so we can't afford to go there as much as we'd like. What if I try to get the owl without Rinwell? Will the game glitch out on me? I hope not. I still get the accessory. No dialogue.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shionne or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shionne.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shionne?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shionne's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shionne or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shionne. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Do the skits change depending on who you talk to first? I believe in you, Alphen.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shionne and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shionne, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shionne were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shionne must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Take it from me, it's really hard to be all alone.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
We should be thinking about what needs to be done.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shionne needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dahna and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans. performing her duties as the maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dahna. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
I think now would be a good time for you to reflect on things. I wonder if the order I talked to them in really did matter. It felt like I was supposed to talk to... Lauder first. But maybe it was... maybe the dialogue would have changed slightly if I talked to someone else first. Maybe they... since Law kind of gave him the first push, I feel like. It feels like it fits a little too well, the ordering. Don't have to be a knight in shining armor. That sounds a little bit like what Brucey said in Paranormal Evil to Marty. Don't have to have the ideal hero backstory. Just do what you want.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
Yeah, I already know how to use law to some extent. I can probably win anyways.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Okay, everyone rejoins. Law, bumbling fighter extraordinaire. Having been given Having been given a place and purpose in life, lost orders to fight together with Alphen to do what must be done, clumsy though he can be.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
We're done for. Everyone's gonna die. Why are the Zoogles here all of a sudden? Why now? Get inside, hurry! Even if we try to flee on horseback, there's too many people to evacuate. And just where are we supposed to flee to? Has anyone thought about that? Crap, this is bad news. We've gotta run, now! I had such a good harvest coming along until the Zoogles had to come in and ruin it. This village doesn't stand a chance. We don't even have weapons to defend ourselves. Or boats for that matter. Are we all just going to have to jump in the ocean and pray for the best? We never had to worry about Zoogles showing up here before, so why now? Zoogles are coming. Did the Renan finally sniff this village out? We have nowhere else to go. This village is all we have. Wait, but we came in from Tuah Seashore, so how did they get the... Zoogles came in from the this western path. Weird. That means it could actually be tamed Zoogles who somehow found us. Monkey.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let
Okay.
even a single one through!
There's a firm no Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Rising light! Storm!
Bet that shell's hiding something
Rising
tasty.
falcon! Blew away!
Take this!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Leave smelling to me. Yeah! And
Dohalim in an instant! Impact Frost! My turn!
Radiant light.
I'm not...
The enemy wields arts.
we'll soon
Take
see
this.
about that.
Take this!
Here we go again.
Rising River!
Not my fight.
Stay away from my friend!
With darkness.
From beyond.
Fuck.
Imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
Lightning condemned.
Strike!
This was all mine.
Illuminate the lava.
I'm really done for.
Holy land.
Double demon
Sweet
fang!
dreams. Not in your dreams.
Suffer in silence.
Here I
Magic.
come!
Having only one healer really sucks on hard mode.
I'm just getting started. Try this on for size.
Rising
Begin.
falcon! You're mine!
Engulf you.
Strike!
I'm ready.
Dohalim in an instant! Impact Frost!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistlym kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me. and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Shionne comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Shionne, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dahna. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelagian. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistlym from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistlym was founded by Dahnans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Dahnans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shionne?
Of course not. Shionne's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shionne, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
You people know how to fight Zeugles, yeah? Because I got a big favor to ask.
Why?
You do appear to be in dire straits. I could have sworn we already wiped out all the Zeugles that were trying to get into this village, though. Oh, you did. Those Zeugles ain't trying to attack us. They're stealing our fish. Your fish? Yeah, those ape Zeugles. They've got huge arms, which they use to smash the surface of the water and create these big shockwaves. They do that to stun the fish, which makes them float to the surface and ripe for the taking.
Damn it.
Somehow they've learned to do that recently, and they've gotten pretty damn good at it, because it's making the rest of us go hungry. That's the way the pickle you're in.
What?
Damn straight it is. It ain't like these fish grow on trees. That sort of fishing ain't good for our waters.
Is that so?
Oh, so that's your point of contention. The manner in which they fish, not the actual fishing part. You guys are the only ones that have what it takes to drive those crazy monkeys out. Can we count on you to help? We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Absolutely, we'll sort out all these fishy fishing Zeugles once and for all. I couldn't put it better myself. As a fisher herself, this case has gotten her quite fired up, as you can see.
Great job.
That's mighty kind of you to help us out, ma'am. Sorry to lay us on your feet, but we greatly appreciate it.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
When I think about what would have happened if the Zeugles made it into the village, it sends chills down my spine. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for stopping them. You people must be all incredibly strong if you're able to fight off an entire herd of Zeugles. Thank you all for stepping in. If you weren't here, we would have had to abandon this place. When those things ran through here, I had no idea how I was going to recover. I promise you, I won't let the precious crops you managed to save go to waste. Are you the folks that got rid of those Zeugles for us? Damn, you must know what you're doing to take those things on. I don't know what we'd have done without you Outlanders. I owe you all my life. A heartfelt thank you. Red Rosemary.
I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Barbed crystal. Tomatoes, okay. Thermal rock. Okay, this is gonna be tough.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
I have to make sure to get as many as I can because I have to fight through enemies every time I want to get here, which is kind of inconvenient.
Is that the Zeugle we're looking for?
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
Lemon. Tomato. Okay.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Right bandage.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's easy to slip and fall here.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Can't do that right now. Rice.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Rice. Again. Gold.
What's this thing?
Tomato. Barbed crystal. Immutable crystal. Astral crystal. Seems like there should be something here. Weird. Maybe it's an underground area that we have to that I have to swim through later. Fast travel added. Okay. Zoogles aren't the only thing you have to watch out for. Mother Dahna can be just as cruel too. I'll do what I can to help though. You can now raise sheep. And we got a ranch expansion. Okay. Miracle Feed. I want to see how good that one is. It seems it just makes it faster. Pepper. Okay. Lettuce. Thermal Rock. Icicle Fang. Tomatoes.
Shield or my armor.
Pepper. Red lavender.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shionne? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renan like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shionne and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shionne is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shionne's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shionne. I know we will.
So Curry is the strongest one. Honestly, given what we're up against, I think I'll take the Curry.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
No campfire conversation?
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shionne waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kinda creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk!" or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabel back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
No amount of equipment is going to save you from falling down those cliffs, but if you can navigate them, it's a useful route to have.
Okay.
Harping's going with the Mape Zoogles.
Okay.
We cleared them all out. Your fish are safe for the time being. Huh? Oh yeah, that's good. Means we won't go hungry now either.
Yes!
I really do love to fish though. Nothing beats going out and casting your trusty rod.
What?
Oh, actually we use nets to fish here. Way easier that way.
Really?
You what? You prefer to fish in bulk, whereas you enjoy the thrill of a one-on-one battle. It's simply a difference in philosophy. If you ever need a fishing partner, I for one am always happy to accompany you.
Dohalim.
Dohalim. Oh, things are heating up over here. It looks like you've caught a real keeper yourself, friend. Anyway, thanks for all your help with them ape zoogles. Now we can fish in peace again. That's not very good for rewards. Oh well.
Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renan, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renans who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renan would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renans, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Dahnans such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine.
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Tales of Arise. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.